For more than 50 years, UNC Charlotte and Central Piedmont Community College have partnered to meet the needs of our region. Let's take an inside look at the programs that address evolving workforce needs and initiatives that have helped so many students stake their claims to success.
Well, coming from a home where really I'm the first person to go to college and to finish, you know, a lot of those questions you have about financial aid and admissions processes, those are not things that, you know, I knew a lot about. Going to CP first allowed me to maybe take some baby steps towards all that, without taking a lot of debt at first, to take some credit hours with me out to UNCC. But I think it was a natural progression from where I was before I went to UNCC. And did it prepare me? Definitely. I mean, no, I definitely went out to UNCC prepared to finish my degree.
UNC Charlotte enrolls more than 3,000 transfer students every year. The majority come to the university from CPCC.
In my role as Associate Director of Admission at UNC Charlotte, one of my primary responsibilities is to work with transfer students. As the largest transfer institution in the state of North Carolina, it means that we have a large number of transfers coming in, particularly from CPCC, and it means that we work pretty closely with their Transfer Resource Center to be able to assist students through that transfer process.
Our students, many aspire to move on to a four-year institution, and UNC Charlotte has always welcomed those students. We've always worked closely with the university in ensuring that our graduates have the skills and the knowledge they need to be successful at UNC Charlotte. We have a lot of 2+2 programs with the university where they're designed specifically for a student to come to us, stay with us for 2 years, and then move directly to UNC Charlotte and finish up for the last 2 years.
The transition to college life can be particularly daunting to incoming freshmen. The Passport program gives students the tools they will need to navigate their new environment.
Basically what we've done is we've wanted to create a more prepared transfer student. And so we've taken the pool of applicants who are unfortunately not offered admission to UNC Charlotte and selected some of those students to participate in this program. They attend CPCC for 1 year and they take 24 hours of transferable credit and transfer here, which is essentially what every other transfer student does. The thing that's specific about this program and that makes it so successful is that we're really trying to prepare them for that transfer process. Not necessarily just getting the credits and getting here, but actually making them a more prepared transfer student.
The Passport program has helped me in many ways. I was able to link up with other Passport students and also link up with other 49ers, so I feel very prepared and I'm ready to transition over. CPCC has prepared me a lot for UNC Charlotte. I've learned that I'm a bit of a procrastinator, so I learned that you have to put things in order and you have to set the expectation really high for yourself and don't stress yourself out, but go over your work and do your best in everything you do and you will be rewarded for it.
When we sit down to meet with students one-on-one, the thing that I find over and over again is that the students who are coming to us from Central Piedmont are much more prepared. The questions that they ask us are much more specific. They understand the process, they understand what they're doing. Their questions are much more directed. You can tell it's a product of the fact that they've already been prepped on this. And it makes their transition and it makes their process much easier to know what to expect when they get to us.
International student and engineering major Tarma Fontaine dove into college life as a freshman at CPCC and recently finished her first year on the UNC Charlotte campus.
So one of the things that helped my transition to UNC Charlotte was that I was involved in student life at Central Piedmont Community College. I was in student government, Phi Theta Kappa, and a bunch of other different clubs. And through that experience, I was able to meet amazing people like Dr. Zeiss and other community leaders of Charlotte. And that helped me gain confidence in my student leadership experience, and that helped my transition into my engineering role where I will be a leader in my workforce.
In addition to their focus on student success, UNC Charlotte and CPCC contribute to the economic health of the region by partnering with businesses and industry to provide the programs and highly skilled workers that fuel a 21st century economy.
Well, the Charlotte region still has a challenge with high unemployment. And a lot of these are folks who have been displaced and they need to be retrained for a new career. So we need to bring them in and equip them with the skills that they need to be successful in a new work environment. And these are often high-tech skills that perhaps just a high school education is not going to give them the ability to do. At the same time, we need to work with local organizations to recruit new industry and new employers to the region and to show that we can provide a well-trained workforce. It's always been Central Piedmont Community College's goal to be flexible and nimble and to meet community needs and to be able to identify those and to gear up quickly, ramp up quickly to provide whatever training is needed. So we need to continue to do those things to ensure that folks in this region are trained for jobs and that there are jobs here for them to obtain.
Well, the one thing that I think, well, especially Central Piedmont's role in our economy is to help train people for what the needs are. Whether it was working with new industries that were coming into play, like energy, or food research like they're doing up in Kannapolis. I mean, CP allows that flexibility to train the workforce for what our economy needs. Whenever we're talking to companies about coming to town, I mean, it's really important to me about, what are they going to do to, use the talent at CPCC and use the talent at UNCC and Johnson C. Smith and all of the universities in the area.
Without question, Charlotte's dynamic educational institutions are changing lives locally and globally, one student at a time.